Hi everyone, this is the continuation of our Azure Fundamental Lab series. In this lab, we are going to be configuring a resource log. However, one thing you need to note is the fact that for you to be able to complete this lab, you need to bring your own subscription. What do I mean by bring your own subscription? You are going to be using your own Azure account. You cannot use a sandbox to complete this particular lab. And that's why you might want to go ahead to create your own Azure environment. If you have not done that, I have a video where I actually explained how to create your Azure environment. I will attach the video to the description of this particular lab. So if you want to go ahead to do that from here, you can click on this particular link and it takes you to where you can actually create your own Azure environment. Now, I'm going to be using my own environment here. So the next thing I'm going to do is because here, what we need to do is to sign into the portal to create a storage account and actually configure a resource log on this particular storage account. So I will head up to the portal.azure.com and I'm going to sign in with my own organization account. And I'm going to sign in with my own organization account. So this is still the Microsoft Learn box, which this is it's not going to work for this particular um so I'm going to switch directly. So I'm going to sign in with a different account. So let's hold on. And no, so I need to sign in with my own, yes. So I'm going to be using the yes, go ahead to sign in. So let's hold on. So to be able to complete this course, I'm going to divide the screen into two so that we can see the portal on one side and the exercise on the other side so we can follow through. So here, the first thing we need to do is to sign into our Azure environment, which I have done. You need to click on resource and create a storage account. So the other time when I was trying to, one of my lab where we configured a storage account, what I did was to search for the storage account from here. So you can do the same by clicking on create a resource, and this takes you, to where you can find all those resources. Under the category of storage is where your storage accounts will be. So you can look for storage, and under this storage, you can see storage account. The next thing for you is to click on the create. Let's hold on. Now, when you click on create, let's just hold on for this. All right. So I'm going to at least pick one of these, maybe the test group or any something. So here you need to create a unique name. So let's see. I'm not sure if the other storage account has not been deleted. Now you can see I cannot use it because this was the name I used. And the lab where I talked about how to create a storage account. So I'm going to just add another B at the back. And yes, that has been taken. That's a storage account name. Location, I want to leave it as default. The performance standard, I'm going to be changing this to, locally redundant, which we are fine with that. And the next thing for you is just to create. You do not need to do anything on the other tabs. So I just click on create. And that's done. Then let's wait for this to create. The deployment is in progress right now. So let's hold on. The storage account is being created. All right. So that's done. So I need to go to the resource, which is the storage account I just created. So on that storage account, what you need to do is to scroll down to where you have the lock. That's under the settings. So you click on lock. Then we need to add, the lock. I think we have two locks that we can add here. We can add, the read only lock and okay. So the first one is to, just read only. The first lock is to add a read only lock, and this will give, the users cannot actually modify this particular storage account. That's what that means. So they can only read it. So I'm just going to give it the same name, read only lock. Then we set this to read only. We can just say users not able to modify. So- And we can set this up. That's the read only. So they will not, no one will be able to modify until I delete this particular lock. Even the person that created this lock will not be able to modify the storage account until we delete it. So now let's try to add a container to this particular lock, and let's see. Even the fact that I created the lock, I have full access on the storage account. So if I go to the container where we have the data storage, if I click on container and try to add a new container, I'm going to be getting an error, you know, that I cannot add because a lock has been set, which is a read-only lock. So let's see. I'm going to set this, then let's create. So you can see, fail to create this, the scope cannot perform this following because the scope are locked, you know. So this particular um, storage account, I've created a lock, so no one can actually modify it. So that is it. So let's now modify the resource log and create a storage account. Now, what we're being told here is, let's select and change the lock to delete only. So if I go back to the logs, let's hold on. Let's hold on, please. I'm sure we created the log, so I don't see a reason why we're not able to see that particular log. Okay, now you can see we have the lock already. So let's edit this particular lock and change this to delete. You know, users not able to delete. So if I click on this, now what this means is we can actually modify, this storage account, but we cannot delete the storage account. So if we go back to the container now and we try to create, a new container, just the same way we wanted to create it the other time, and I click on this, we should be able to create a container now because we've changed this to delete only. Now, if I try to delete this particular storage account, I will not be able to delete the storage account. So what this lock is doing is to prevent any user, even the one that have created the lock, to be able to delete that resource, which is the storage account itself. The main reason to create a lock is maybe accidental modification, accidental deletion. And so if I click on this, so you can see this cannot be deleted because the parent has a delete lock. So if I remove the lock now, so if I go back and remove the lock, as you can see in the exercise, so I can, you know, um, go here, select delete and delete the lock, then go back to the storage account, and the overview of that storage account, and try to delete it now. You will notice that I will have access to delete that particular storage account because the lock has now been removed. So let's just hold on for these, and you will notice what I was saying. Yes. So you need to enter the storage account name. Now you can see I have the permission, to actually do that. Then I can confirm delete, and you can see I'm able to delete that storage account successfully. So that brings us to the end of the Azure Fundamental Lab series. Thank you guys for watching.